Hi, it's Karen, and I'm stopping by with a video today about what used to be called 3 squares. That is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We've been trained by the food industry to think that we actually really need to have a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner. And we actually have organizations today which are based on the theory of conversion, like Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, and Overeaters Anonymous. And what they do is they basically help a person to convert over on the basis of a higher power or God to come out of their habitual oral gratification. Sigmund Freud wrote about oral fixation and about why when we don't have enough from our mothers, we tend to orally gratify ourselves with food, cigarettes, drinking, drugs that we swallow like pills, and many other things too. We won't go into all that now. But anyway, most people are used to waking up and having breakfast. And we call it breakfast because you're breaking your fast. Ideally, you would have stopped eating within 3 to 4 hours of going to bed, going to sleep, for in my case, sleeping on the floor. And you would have stopped or ceased your eating so that your digestive system could do all that it needed to do to help repair you. That way in the morning, you wouldn't be like a lot of my clients telling me that you're really tired in the morning. You're tired because you're still digesting all night and you can't sleep if you're digesting food and drinks. I know in the wintertime, living in Minnesota, it gets a little tricky because I want to make that hot cacao chocolate late at night, and I am absolutely guilty of doing this. Little organic coconut palm sugar, a little bit of my fresh homemade hemp milk and my cacao in there, and I've got myself something that feels so good, but within a couple hours of going to sleep, it's not the best idea. I do want to wake up feeling super rested and exuberant and full of energy, and I don't want to wake up feeling like my body was just trying to do all this work to digest and then get it down to my elimination system. So the best thing possible is to cut out the eating within several hours. And if you can, stave off breakfast. We have a few gnats out here, so pardon me. Now the best way to do that is actually to start your day with water or water and diatomaceous earth, and then you get loads of silica, and that helps your hair, your skin, and your nails. It gives you really beautiful glow to your skin, very simply. It's also anti-parasitic, and it also, like I said, gives you the minerals. So lots of benefits, including helping you to get rid of other things in the body. So the next thing I would do is start with either a fresh juice or a blended drink, so it's easier on your digestion. Like today it's almost 5 o'clock in the evening, and I've had a handful of blueberries, and I just had an organic banana. So each day is different. You know, some days we find ourselves kind of pigging out a little bit more at lunchtime if someone takes us to the Indian food buffet. But all in all, and we got a lot of gnats out here, so excuse me. All in all, I really like to kind of stave off that fast that I have when I'm sleeping. The other thing is, since breakfast, lunch, and dinner is actually a modern invention, it means that the food industry wants to sell you more of its denatured, demineralized, and devitalized food. It's for sale at all the supermarkets on the shelves in the boxes, bags, and cans. Most of those are denatured and demineralized and devitalized food. In fact, I'm a big proponent for many decades now of having food forests where anyone can go out and get food and come in and do a little bit of labor and make sure that everyone can eat, so that we wouldn't have a houseless or a population that was going hungry. So when you go and you eat a big breakfast, you start digesting, you hear all of the rhetoric and all of the different things, just like they're out today, that say, well, you're not going to be able to start your day and have all the energy you need unless you have your breakfast. That was put out by the dairy and the meat industries, the wheat industries, the people that want to sell you excitotoxins. Now what I see is maybe if I stop at a Holiday or a 7-Eleven store, whether I'm back home in California or I'm here in Minnesota, and I go to get some gasoline, I see lots and lots of young adults and teenagers before school grabbing an aluminum can energy drink. That's a no-no. That's really going to cause you a lot of problems with leaky gut and bowel issues. That stuff is gut rot, is what we call it. And then grabbing a nice made sandwich with bacon or ham, Canadian bacon and cheese on a wheat bun. So what you're doing is you're putting in all this mucus and congestion, and then the skin can't eliminate it. The gut can't handle it. And pretty soon we see all these people walking around with huge guts, huge hormone storage, and bowling ball bellies when they get older with balding heads. And that's because your system just couldn't keep up with digesting that. So, breakfast, lunch, and dinner were sold to you as a paradigm so that you would continue buying and eating and eating and eating and eating all this food, which is why all the festivals we have are usually surrounded around eating. You know, the garlic festival and the rhubarb festival and the blueberry festival and all the different festivals that we have a lot to do with just eating and eating and food, because why? Food is a drug. What we had before food was a drug was lots of food all over the place. These are all baby trees. We had real trees that you call mountains. We had real fruit that was equidistant into the ocean that pulled up sea minerals like the coconuts. This is stuff that I've learned about from Aris Latham on Facebook and from many other people that are my elders that have been like me. I've been juicing 33 years. And you can't hide it. Your skin will show it. It'll be evidenced by your face, your eyes, your energy, your skin. It'll glow. Just a little bit of shea butter and you are a luminous being. So, breakfast, lunch, and dinner has been put out there as a paradigm by the food industry. What you can do about it is cut out some of the calories, stave off that breakfast a little bit longer, make your meal between 12 and 4 o'clock or 1 and 4 o'clock. Get yourself a meal. These gnats are driving us crazy today, but we're doing it, and we're next to this beautiful tree. I picked out this beautiful being here because I just think that she is so absolutely magnificent. But the gnats are pretty thick here in northeast Minnesota today, so bear with me with the gnats. As far as dinner's concerned, if you do a nice sized meal once a day and just a little bit of snacking, you'll do just fine. Guess why? This is your bowl. Your two hands put together is exactly the right size bowl just for you. So I'm going to say so long for now. You don't have to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sending you love.